Hello and welcome. This is a Centrex software sales demo video on the merchant cash advance technology built within Centrex software. Let's go ahead and get started. So in the Centrex software platform, you've got contacts and then you've got deals associated with those contacts. And you can have multiple deals per one contact if you fund or broker that contact multiple times over the course of time. So we'll go ahead and click on the contacts tab, and under recently viewed, we'll go ahead and jump in here to Al's Laundry Service, a merchant or kind of our test merchant. And you'll notice here on the client dashboard, you have everything relative for this particular merchant at the contact level. You've got their customer portal down here at the bottom, all their information on the left, and then you've got some tabs over here on the right when it comes to communicating with this merchant, sending docs out for e-sign, tasks, and calendar events, so on and so forth. One of the tabs you have here is a tab called Deals. So you can see here for Al's Laundry Service, we've got 3 different types of deals on file. We've got a new deal, a renewal deal, and an add-on deal for this particular merchant. These are advances for this merchant over the course of time. Okay, now you can always click on new deal or you can edit an existing deal. So let's go ahead and edit an existing deal within Centrex software for Al's Laundry Service. And you'll notice here, this is Al's Laundry Service. Here's the deal ID and here's the contact ID. If you decide to join us and you work with our support team, those numbers are really important so that they can help you quick and fast and efficiently. You've got some contact information. And then at the top here for you funders in the software that'll be servicing a portfolio, you've got account balance, RTR balance, payment made, percentage RTR paid, percentage of term, returns and NSFs, last payment, and then pacing. Okay, so for you brokers in the software that are going to be brokering deals, these numbers will stay 0 all the time, except for account balance because you're not servicing within Centrex software, so they'll always stay the same. Okay, below that, we've got the ability to assign this deal to certain reps, certain individuals, and certain people. So at the contact level, if I jump back into Al's Laundry Service, you have the ability to assign a contact to certain representatives, but you also have the ability to assign deals as well. So if I go ahead and jump back into this deal, we've got the sales rep on file. We've got the broker on file. So if the broker is an external broker that sent you the file, you'll put their name here. The underwriter, for you brokers, you won't have an underwriter, but for you funders, you may have an underwriter, and then funders. So if you're a broker and you're brokering a deal in Centrex software, you're going to put the funder that funded the deal. If you're a funder within Centrex software and you funded the deal, you're going to put yourself in here. And the funders come from the lenders tab, which we'll look at here in just a minute. Below the assignments, we have the pricer. Okay, so you've got advance type, new, add-on, or renewal. We've got repayment method, credit card, or ACH. For those of you who are doing credit card holdbacks, you can choose credit card, and then you've got the remit over here on the right. So in this particular example, we're holding 20% back of daily credit card receivables, and then the credit card processor pays you guys directly. But if it's an ACH deal, you're going to come in here and put in the advance amount, the repayment term, you've got days, weeks, or months, the buy rate and sell rate. For those of you who get a buy rate, you can put a buy rate here, but whatever the retail rate is to the merchant, it's going to be on the sell rate side. You've got the payback amount and you've got the daily payment for 150 days. Okay, the payment will automatically calculate when you put in a factor rate, an advance amount, and a term. It'll automatically spit out payback amount and payment. Okay, and this is our calculator. The calculator will lock once you've changed the advanced status to a certain status, so no one can come in here and edit this particular pricer unless they have the permissions to do so. Okay, you've got lien position, and then you've got programs. In the settings section, you can put different words in here and customize this. If you've got like a gold program or a silver program or whatever it may be, you can choose the program here. Below the pricer, you've got other advances or other deals you may have on file for this particular merchant. So you'll notice here, right now we're currently in a deal, but you've got 2 other deals here, so a total of 3 deals. So if I jump back into Al's Laundry Service at the contact level, and I click deals, here are those 3 deals. Okay, so let's go ahead and drill back into this deal here. On the left-hand side, you've got a whole bunch of tabs. It defaults to the application tab, so if we scroll down far enough, you'll be able to see your custom application that our setup team built for you when you decided to join us. Okay, so in this particular example, we have business information, campaign information, contact information, loan or advance information, and broker information. Okay, and again, this is all fully customized to you. You've got custom data. We can add any custom data point you want at the advance or deal level. You've got financials built in the software so you can understand the client's financial information. You've got documents for this particular deal. You can generate a PDF of any document in the software, and then you can send for electronic signature right from here if you wish to do so. You've got zip files if you're dealing with a package that's very large and you need to zip up documents because you can't email them individually, and then you can upload files into the software as well, or you can drag and drop those files into the software. It's important that once you have a deal on file that you do all your document prep and uploading at this level so it's associated with this particular deal. Okay, so that's documents for you, and you've got e-sign docs down here at the bottom. You've got conditions. So in the conditions section, you can come in here and say, I need a bank statement, I need tax returns, I need credit reports, maybe a clear search. Underwriters can come in here and decline or approve conditions with a date and timestamp, or we can trash conditions as well. You can pull credit in the software from a company called Universal Credit Services, and you can click on pull credit and it pulls all their information directly into the software for that particular credit report. You've got bank statement validation reports directly from Decision Logics, and then you'll have the ability to refresh those reports as well. For you brokers out there, we've got the submissions tab. So if you want to shop a deal out to maybe 4 or 5 lenders all at the same time, you have the ability to do so. So I can come in here and click on new submission. I can choose all the documents I'd like to package up in this particular submission. I can choose all the lending institutions that I wish to send this package to. And again, these will come from your lenders tab here in the software, and active lenders will show up here on this list, and then the contacts for those lenders. And then down here, I've got the email that I'd like to write to these lenders for this particular package. And then down here at the bottom, I can click on submit package. If this is a resubmit, you're doing it for the second or third or fourth time for this exact same deal, maybe you missed some documents, whatever it may be, you can click on resubmission and click on submit package. Once you click on submit package, you can come up to the right here and click on view submissions. And you can see all the lenders you sent this deal to. You can take notes for each submission, maybe the offer these lenders are sending back to you. And then you can also status out each one of these submissions as well. And then in the reports tab in Centrex software, you've got some really nice submission reports you can look at by lender, by user, by company, by date and time, so on and so forth. Okay, so great way to shop out a deal with a click of a button. You've got some underwriting notes here. It's just some basic text box for some underwriting notes for underwriters. We have a full syndication platform built into Centrex software. So under the participation section, if you're a funder in the software and you're servicing in our software, and you've got syndication partners participating on your fund at a deal per deal basis, you can come in here and you can choose the syndication partners you'd like to associate for this deal, an amount they are going to participate, which will spit out a percentage. And then you've got a servicing fee based on the advance amount, the RTR payback, or per payment. Okay, so the way this works is if you were to put this deal in repayment and everything was saved correctly here, as the system debits the merchant, once debits start clearing the bank and clearing the software platform, 1 business day later or several business days later, that's a setting that's up to you, the system will automatically initiate the syndicate split and pay them out via an ACH credit with your ACH processor. Okay, and then syndication partners have a great portal they can log into for free, and they can look at all the different merchants they participated on. They can drill into each merchant and they can see all the debits and their associated credits. Okay, so really great syndication platform built within Centrex software. What you also have here is something called the Get Syndication. We have an integration with a company called SuperVest. SuperVest is a syndication matchmaking marketplace technology platform. So on the front end of their platform, they have a whole bunch of syndicate money sitting in escrow. And each one of their syndicates has filters on the deals they want to participate on. So what you're going to have the ability to do is come in here and click on Get Syndication. Non-sensitive information will be pushed into the SuperVest network. The filtering system will take place. And then all of a sudden you'll have 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 syndicates on this particular file. Okay, SuperVest will underwrite you to make sure you're pushing good, solid deals into their network. But this is a great integration we have, and our funders within Centrex software really seem to appreciate it. Okay, so that's there for you as well. Under the commission section, you can come in here and you can track commissions for sales, broker, underwriter, and funder. You'll notice those match the assignments here. We can customize these assignments and the commissions will follow suit. Okay, so I've got upfront percentage, upfront dollar amount, reoccurring percentage, reoccurring dollar amount, and then I can do this based on the advance amount, the payback, the profit, or the syndication. If you track commissions here and you have syndication partners on file, the system will automatically calculate the syndicate split, and it'll show up in the reports that way for the part of the commission they're responsible for. Okay? For you funders out there, when you come to funding information, you've got routing number, account type, name on account, and the ACH gateway that you're going to use. You've got some fee options here, and then you've got some funding details down here at the bottom. Once you save this file and you change the advanced status to in repayment, which is the kind of the funded status within our platform, the payments tab down here in the bottom left will pop up. Okay, so I can scroll down to payments. I have the ability to turn auto ACH drafting on if I'm a funder. And now from this day forward, our system will read this calculator here. And for this particular example, charge this merchant $418.33 a day for 150 days. Okay. And as debits start to come through the software, you'll notice them pop up right here. On the far right, you'll notice the status, and you can always come in here and you can see different items for this particular transaction. You can show filters on these reports as well. So if I want all my credits to be green, all my debits to be red, maybe all my NSFs to be red and all my debits green, you can come in here and filter out how you want this to show up within your Centrex software platform. The way syndication credits work, depending on your float time with your ACH processor, let's say it's a brand new advance and you just turn them on for auto ACH, and let's say you have a 3-day float with your processor, you're going to see debit, 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 and then you're going to see credit, debit, credit, debit, credit, debit, so on and so forth. As the debits start clearing the bank, the system automatically pays out the syndication partner minus servicing fees that next business day. Okay, so you have the ability to track all your syndication payments, all your syndication splits for this particular deal right here. What we also have built into Centrex software is something called an override calculator. Okay, so in the industry, as you know, there are slow pay options. Maybe the business is seasonal. Maybe they're having a tough time at the moment and they need some relief. Okay, so instead of $418.33 a day, the merchant calls you and says, listen, I need to go to $100 a day for the next 3 weeks. Please, can you allow that? Let's say you agree. You can come into the override payment section. You can put in the dollar amount that you want it to be switched to, the date that it'll go to. Okay, so if it's for 3 weeks, you're going to come in here and put in 3 weeks out. You're going to put frequency, and then you're going to put interval if it makes sense to do so with weekly and monthly. And then you're going to click on Save File. And now the system is going to read the override calculator until this date is hit. Once this date is hit, it'll automatically revert back to the original calculator, and it'll show up on all your accounting reports as such. Okay, so this is how you can track payments within Centrex software for servicing your portfolio within Centrex software. Over here on the far right of this page, you've got notes that you can add. You can notify different teams or users on taking that note, and you can categorize your notes. Up here at the top, you've got some tools. I can email the merchant. I can track a phone call for the merchant. I can create a calendar event for this merchant, and I can create a task for this merchant if I wish to do so. All of your notes are going to stack down the page right here. And then down here at the bottom, you've got your overall status history and your system log. We really want to make sure we track every single touch point for this particular merchant and this particular deal so we know exactly what happens. Okay, so this is the deal level for a contact. What you also have built into Centrex software, especially if you're a funder, is the accounting reports. You can build out unlimited accounting reports, and you can always click on an accounting report. It'll run the filters on that report, and then you can see all the data based on those filters. So the reports are dynamic. If you've got a time-sensitive filter on an accounting report and you want to see all your debits for today, every day you look at that report, it's going to show you debits for the day that you're currently in. Okay, what you also have over here at the top right is something called grouping. Okay, so if I look at all cleared debits, I can come into grouping. I can enable grouping here at the top right, and then I can click on one of these data columns and it'll group by the data in that column. So if I click on full name here, you'll notice it grouped by name and then gave you aggregates for that particular group. Okay, so there's a lot of different accounting that you can do for transactions that are being processed within the software. You can email these reports, you can analyze this report, you can customize these reports any which way you want. What we also have in the reports tab is something called our report builder. The report builder is amazing. It's an object-based report builder. It's a glorified Excel spreadsheet. You can come in here and run all sorts of pivot tables, and then you can look at your reports several different ways. We work with a very dynamic and very interesting consultant consulting firm called Nason Consulting. The gentleman's name is Keith Nason. He is an absolute wizard in the industry when it comes to portfolio performance reports, analyzing risk models, looking at accounting. He does a lot of consulting for Centrex software clients. We always highly recommend his services if you're a funder using Centrex software. All right, this was a Centrex software sales demo video on the merchant cash advance technology built with Centrex software. We look forward to chatting with you soon.